my life. Good morning, sun. How are you? Skies above.
Good morning and welcome to Life at the Hortons. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Peyton.
Let's talk about some terminology because if you're new, it's confusing.
What's terminology?
Words that are used. What do you learn in school, my dear one?
Oh, grammar.
It's not working. Anyways, so bolus. What's bolus?
I don't know. I just know how to use it.
I know. So bolus is your fast-acting insulin. So if you're going to eat, you have to give yourself a bolus. Fast-acting insulin works immediately, and it has a specific time range in which it works, and it only covers what you're eating. So that's when you use your insulin to carb ratio.
That's a big word.
I know. So insulin to carb ratio is just that. When they give you the numbers to do the math, if you're not on a pump and you're doing injections, if they tell you 1 to 10, that means 1 unit of insulin per 10 carbs. If they tell you 1 to 30, that's 1 unit per 30 carbs. It just depends. They go off of your age. They go off of your weight. They go off of your gender. All of this plays a factor into how they do it. Because for hormone changes and things like that, it will change. So, anyway, so the bolus...
Isn't mine like 1 to 25?
Something like
or
that.
20?
It's something like that.
One of the two, because the nurse had to look at it last year for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so your basal. Do you know what your basal is? You just know how to use it. See?
Well, I don't use these words very much.
She doesn't use them because she plays on her phone in her doctor's appointments and pretends not to exist. And I take care of everything.
Because I don't exist.
But we teach her so that she will one day know how to take care of herself.
I know how to take care of myself.
You'll know how to tell people how to take care of yourself.
Oh, I don't like explaining. I'll draw and write it, but I won't explain.
Okay, well,
With
you can
words.
draw pretty pictures of people shooting insulin into their arm. Anyways, sorry. I just did the very thing that Sophia scares me all the time doing with the pencil. When she does this, I'm like, hey, you're going to poke somebody in the eye.
You poked me in the nose.
Anyways, so a basal is typically the long-term insulin, okay? So if you're getting injections and you're not on a pump, then you'll have 2 different pens that you have to do. And the long-term insulin is your basal, and that goes through the whole day. It just kind of like does a wave, and they adjust that. I'm not even really sure how they adjust that. I just 100% trust the doctors on that one. When you're on a pump, the basal is not a long-acting. So that is what a basal is. It's either a long... This is a weird video today. So it's either a long-lasting insulin or your pump is giving you a little bit of insulin all day long.
Lots of editing.
Do you know what carb counting is?
It's where you count your carbs.
It's when you count your carbs.
It's called carb counting.
I made it pop up again. I wonder if this will be on the video or if we'll just look like really silly, like freaking out about weird stuff happening. Anyways, so carb counting is just reading the labels or weighing your food and finding out exactly how many grams of carbohydrates you will be eating so that you can do the insulin to carb ratio to figure out exactly how much insulin you need to cover that food. Because you want the insulin to break the food down, the carbs down into your energy, and you do not want ketones to rise. All right, so, let's talk about getting hangry. She gets angry.
I do.
She thinks about food all day long, too.
I do. I always think about food, so it just makes it even worse.
Yes. The hangry and the thinking about food, not exactly the same. So when we think hangry, we just mean have an emotional breakdown because you're starving. If she gets hangry, she's probably getting low. Oh, there's something on my shirt. She's probably getting low, and when your sugar levels rise, drop, anything like rapidly, sometimes you can't really control your mood. So she'll have a mood swing, and I have to just
real sassy.
I have to have a little grace because everything in me wants to be like, ah! But I can't because I know it's just the diabetes, and she would not treat her mother like that on purpose. Lies. She would. But a lot of times it really is because of the diabetes. So if you know someone with type 1 diabetes or have a friend with type 1 diabetes or...
Which I have.
You don't have to impress us. We know you don't have
3.
friends. We know it's okay.
I'm going to lose friends because of this video.
You're not going to lose friends. They love you. So, diabetes is not contagious. I know. You're watching this and you're like, who on earth would think that? You would be surprised. It's not contagious. You cannot catch it. You can't accidentally give it to somebody. It is an autoimmune disease that only your body has. Other people obviously have type 1 diabetes, but it's because their bodies reacted to something and decided to attack its pancreas out of nowhere.
Another thing that I would like to say about that. If people think that diabetes is contagious, but whenever I say celiac disease, they say nothing about it being contagious.
That's
and
because
it's literally called disease.
It's because they don't know what celiac is. They just know you can't have gluten.
Yeah,
but it's not contagious either, just in case you were wondering. And none of it is contagious.
Blows my mind how many people.
Diabetes is stressful. It's a job that you will have for the rest of your life. There are no vacations or breaks from it. And you will always be figuring out carbs. You will always be giving yourself insulin. You will
Maybe
always
that's why
be
I'm so good at math.
trying to figure out your highs and your lows and when to do insulin, when not to do insulin, when it's okay to have a snack, when it's not okay to have a snack.
Don't eat a snack if you're high.
Right. But this is an all the time thing. This does not go away. You have it and you're living with it and you don't get a break. With that said, I had read somewhere, let's see, I wrote it down. Around 80% of people with type 1 diabetes are destined to struggle with depression. So it's good to take care of your mental health, to do fun and positive things, be active. Peyton plays sports and she enjoys it. Peyton is very happy and just goes through normal 12-year-old stuff, so it's not that big of a deal, but I do know that as she gets older, she will be more prone to having anxiety and depression and things like that, just because you don't get a break. You're always on. So if you know a type 1 diabetic, pray for them, pray for their families. They need it because they are living it every day and it does not go away. Let's see. 2 days
are
never the same. You will never have.
Just like no two people are the same.
No 2 people are the same. But everything could go great one day, and the next day it can absolutely go crazy. You can eat the exact same meals every day.
Never the same.
Never the same. Your sugar is just it. There's so many factors that go into it.
So there's really like no right or wrong.
There isn't.
Besides, like, if your sugar's high, don't eat a snack.
Right.
If your sugar's low, you must do something to bring it up.
Right. And that was another thing I wanted to say. So obviously your child comes first. Your child is not diabetes. Peyton is not diabetes. Peyton is Peyton. And she has diabetes. But with that said, sometimes I can't let Peyton be Peyton because she has diabetes. So if she wants to go run around and her sugar is over 300, I can't let her do that. I have to let her have a break, drink some water, get some extra insulin, bring those sugar levels back down, because she cannot be running around with high blood sugar.
It'll help bring it down, though.
Not always, especially if you have ketones, because if you have ketones, you can't be running around because your blood is acidic, right?
I don't know what that word means.
Acid. You got acid in your blood. But anyways, it just makes
It's
your...
destroying blood?
It's definitely not good for it. I don't know if it's clotting it or... I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you the things that we've learned. Obviously, please always listen to your doctor, not us. We only take it day to day over here, but we want to give you comfort and help you in any way that we can. So we make these videos.
If you're concerned about any of this or questioning about any of this, please do so. Ask your doctor.
Yes. And if you're having an emergency, call 911. Anyways. But yes, so sometimes she can't be Peyton. She'll come in, Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Well, what's your sugar? It's 275. I'm correcting it now. Okay. Well, when it comes back down, you can come and ask for a snack later, because I can't give her a snack and wait for her sugar to come down. All that's going to happen is her sugar's going to be here. Her sugar needs to be here. Her sugar's here. Her sugar is going to come up here, and then it's going to come down here. And then it's probably just going to stay right here, and it needs to be right here, and she's going to have to give herself more insulin to get here. And then by the time she gets here, she will have been so active while she was running around doing other things that she'll start going even lower. And it's a train wreck. So we wait until she's back into a regular range before she can have a snack. It sucks. It's not fun. It is what it is. Like, we're going to take care of her body first and deal with the rest later. Also, what do I tell you every time you ask me if you can have something to eat because you're starving?
What's your sugar?
No. What do I tell you after we've established that you can't eat something? You're probably hungry because you're thirsty. Because she never drinks water.
I drank tons of water last night. I meant yesterday, not last night.
All right. Have a type 1 diabetic like I do, and you have other kids in the house, be prepared to helicopter parent. Every time my kids take a sip of water or go to the bathroom, I'm like, how many of those have you had? And
you do?
Oh, yeah. For William, I watched him a hawk for like several years. And then
Sophia
just out of nowhere just
drinking
decided...
a whole bunch of water and using the bathroom a lot, and Mom was scared to death.
Well, I wasn't scared to death. I just made a note of it and was like keeping an eye on her. But
she fine?
Yeah, she's fine. She hardly drank anything today, so we're good. She just every once in a while gets really thirsty when she's been playing outside and has to pee. So we wanted to give you a bunch of information about diabetes, and we hope it was helpful, and we hope that you enjoyed the video, and you will come back next week for more, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Also, like, share, and subscribe to our page. Every little bit helps.